big honor for the University of the Pacific. The Dean of the McGeorge School of Law was ranked as one of the most influential people in legal education throughout the entire country. And Dean Michael Hunter Schwartz is joining us now. You came in number 9 out of 200 people. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I mean, and it's not the first time you've actually made this list.
Yes, actually it's my 3rd time, and I think the 3rd time I've been in the top 15, 2nd in the top 10.
That's great. I mean, it's a great honor, obviously, for the school, but it also is very validating of the work that you're doing at a variety of universities that you have been a part of. You have an interesting legal specialty. Can you explain what it is that you studied and you implement at schools?
Yes, so I write about teaching and learning in law school. So I did a study of the 26 best teachers in the United States and wrote a book about it.
Learned all their secrets.
Yes, stole all their secrets. I wrote a book on how to succeed in law school and a book on how to pass the bar exam. And then I created a textbook series. It's got like about 30 books in it that are adopted all over the country.
Very interesting. Now, I was telling you in the break that I come from a family of lawyers. My siblings are all lawyers, and people look at me and they're like, what happened to you? but I hear a lot of what they talk about with like new generations of lawyers who are coming in. What are the things that you notice changing within the legal industry with some of these younger and newer students?
So one of the things is that they really want to be trained to do real legal work. When I went to law school, there was so little connection between what we did in law school and what we actually did in practice. They trained us to think
Journalism
like a lawyer.
school is like that too for a lot of people.
Think like a journalist,
right.
Yes. But we don't know how to do anything, and this generation of students expects us to really train them how to be lawyers.
And so how are places like McGeorge, with your leadership, responding to that? What are the things that you really want to change in the way we teach the law profession?
So a few things. One is that it used to be that you'd go to law school, and after a whole year of law school, you'd take your first test.
Which awful.
Which was
terrible.
Awful. And so now at McGeorge, we have a test in the first semester, but we also have a midterm, and we have a practice midterm, and a practice midterm. And for every entering student, they have to have an alumni mentor as part of our curriculum.
That must be important, I think.
Yes, really, really important. And they have to do one of our clinics or externships where they're working in the Sacramento legal community. So it's a lot of like really bringing in the real lawyering part of the job.
So did your phone blow up when the word got out?
I got a lot of very nice texts. Yes, I did.
That's great. Well, we want to thank McGeorge and all of your professors there. They're always super helpful with us here at Channel 3 in helping us understand and analyze a lot of legal issues for our viewers. So appreciate that. And again, a big congratulations to you. It's a great honor not only for you, but for our community as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely.